Say hello to my Dominican son. He took the world's funniest baby photo. Alright, the reason why I'm showing you this is when you buy the Maxicheck Pro, it will come with a preloaded SD card with all the software on it. It'll have the TPMS feature, but it will not have the battery registration feature. So if you update the SD card that comes with it, it'll wipe the TPMS feature off but add the battery registration feature. That's why I bought this gold card, a class 10 I recommend. And now I have all the battery registration features on it. And the card that comes with it, this blue one, is a class 4 card. I recommend not updating it on their website. Keep it to the side, that way you'll retain the TPMS feature. And you'll have one on, TPMS on this one, and the gold one you'll have the battery registration feature. Okay, now I have a Toyota 4Runner in the shop with the VSC, traction control, and ABS light on. It's a common problem with these cars. You can jump it at the AD2 port and reset it that way, but I wanted to see if this Maxicheck Pro will do it. And it does. You can just watch, and I'm kind of playing with it here, and it'll give you an idea on how this thing works. So far it's been the best scan tool that I've bought for the money. It's almost as good as our $3,500 scan tool, our OTC Touch, Genesis Touch, that the shop supplies us with. I'd actually rather use this one than that one. It's better, actually. Voila. Okay, I just did a synthetic oil change on a BMW, and I did the front and rear brakes. And so I'm going to go in here into the BMW's computer and with this Maxicheck Pro and see if it'll reset the oil light, which it does, and reset the percentage remaining on the front and rear brake pads, which it did. Okay, now we have a Nissan Quest. I'm gonna go in and read the TPMS, see which air pressure is in each sensor. I also noticed while I was doing this that it has a little bit of bidirectional control. I got it to sound the horn and to activate the right and the left flashers. That could come in handy sometime. I don't see it happening too often though. if you are buying this and you're a full-time mechanic like me that deals with just about every car on the road, then I highly recommend this scan tool. If you are just a do-it-yourselfer at home and you want it for a specific car, I can't test every little thing on each car and say, hey, it will do this for your Mazda or your BMW. So far, I bought it mainly to use it for battery registration and to run the electronic parking brakes back in on European cars. It'll do a BMW. I've had it on, and I've used it on a Mercedes to run the calipers back in, the parking brake calipers back in on the rear of those. I had it on an Audi where it wouldn't do, so I had to use our $3,500 scan tool to run them in. But I tried to reset them, and push them back out when I got done, and it would actually do that. So I don't know if I was holding my mouth right or what, but let's see what happens here when I check the air pressure on this Nissan Quest. Huh. Mercedes M350. We're going to use the Maxicheck Pro by Autel. We're going to see if we can get this electronic parking brake to engage to back the pad away from the road. I can do it without any scan tools, but I've been wanting a scan tool that would do it. Let's see if this one does it. Okay, what you want to do is to move the actuators in. You want to go down the brake, the emergency brake pedal, parking brake, electric parking brake. You go to the EPB, electric parking brake. You go to Europe. We've got M350, go down to M class. Okay, go down to M class. It's 166. Left hand steering, it's gasoline, and it is 4MATIC 350. Okay, now the trick is to locate it. Let it establish communication with it. Once it does that, you go down to active test. Go to active test, then you go down to move to assembly position. So I'm assuming this is the first time I use. I can do it without this, like I said, but let's see. It says move to the assembly position. Okay, let's do that. Okay, all right. Requirements: the vehicle must be at a standstill. Secure the vehicle to prevent it rolling away. Blah blah blah. Okay. Status of left one is open. Both eyes secure the vehicle. Notes. Okay, move to assembly position. So we hit F2, it looks like. Let's see what happens. Brake is released. Now let's get out and go look. I can actually hear it. So far, this is the best Scantl I've ever owned in my whole life. Let's see. No, that one's not. Let's try the other one. That one's not either. All I can hear is these damn lights buzzing in here. Alright, let's try this again. Okay. Status of right electric parking brake in assembly position. Status of left is in assembly position. Okay, well maybe it shouldn't be the assembly position. Okay, I must have the F3. I've had a long, extremely long day. You would not believe how ragged I'm ran. Let's see. Let's go. What was it? Was it we hit F2 last time? Deactivate assembly position. Okay, let's try that. Now listen. Let me roll this window up so we can hear. Let's see if we hear the motors when I hit F3. Here we go. I hear them. Seems like they would have stopped by now. Okay, they just stopped. Now let's go out and look. I'm so retarded sometimes. I'm actually a master technician and I just put it in assembly position, but that's why I believe the ASE test should be done when you're exhausted. It's still like it is. Okay, what it was is basically you hit the F2 button, whichever one it was, I believe it, and you'll get out and look at it, and it'll still be, the pad will still be pushed out. You just gotta push it this way back in with your screwdriver or whatnot. The piston was still out, so it looked like it wouldn't go back in, but evidently the motor goes back in, and you just push the piston back in.
So basically, you hit it. I believe it was F2, and you'll hear the motors turn until they stop. Then you get out and push them in the rest of the way with your flathead screwdriver, or you can pull it off and push it in with the proper tools or a C-clamp. But flathead screwdriver works for me.
Okay, we replaced the battery on a 2007 525. Let's make sure that's what it is. No, it's a 2005. Now let's see. We're going to replace the battery on a. We replaced the battery on a 2005 525i. Now we're going to see what it does on the recalibration of the battery. Reset the battery basically. Go to BMW. Alright, let's turn the switch off for 10 seconds. Okay, that should be good. Let's turn that back on. Press OK. It's a 5 series. E60. Oh, what is these two? Power supply, battery. Active brake rest state. Let's go battery. Register battery replacement. Cut this light off. Oh. Let's see. Display history. Battery replacement. Let's display it. Somebody's replaced this battery. I don't believe it's charging. Something's wrong with it. Register battery replacement. Let's go to 2. Okay, we did put an AGM battery in it. No. Go back and see what it said. Huh. Let's just register it and pretend like we stuck with the same one, because I don't think it matters a whole lot. Enter.